Welcome to the Answers for Elders radio show. Meet the trusted experts who will give you straight answers and will help guide you on the path of later life care. Now, here's your host, founder, caregiver, and CEO, Suzanne Newman.
And welcome back, everyone, to Answers for Elders Radio Network. And we have had a very informative hour with David Phillips from Estate Planning Specialists in Gilbert, Arizona. And David is part of the Salem Media family, as well as has some amazing publications to all help us prepare and, for your estate planning documents, all kinds of things. But here's what there's all kinds of things. I used to say as a family caregiver, if I knew what to prepare for, I would be better prepared when that crossroads happens. But I never knew what was going to happen in the future. And I think that's a lot of us, David. We end up being in a situation where we're not prepared for the gotcha moments in life. When I had to go take care of my mom, when I had to deal with, a move that I wasn't planning on, things like that. How do people, I guess, prepare for the unknown?
Yeah, well, preparing for the unknown is probably the most delicate thing that we can do. And we really need to understand that there are some factors that we can actually control with this unknown. In other words, not be surprised. We can actually prepare for it. For example, we know that someday there'll be a market correction. The longer we live, there's going to be a market correction. And so we have to prepare for what's called longevity. The longer we live, things are going to change. Yeah, it's called the longevity risk. So the market will change somewhere along the line. So we have to prepare for that. So how do we do that? We pull some of our money off of the risk table and we put it into guaranteed sources of income or guaranteed investments. Because if our 401k becomes a 201k and now we start retirement at the 201k level, we're going to have less money. So we want to start at the 401k level, the highest level currently, and convert that and take some chips off the table, get some of that risk out. Another longevity risk is we live too long. We run out of money. So we want to set up plans where we can have guaranteed income, a source of income for us the rest of our life. Just like Social Security, but we need to look at, say, okay, what's my income need? And then say, okay, this is what I need to have, and then back into it and say, this is what I want to have in guaranteed income. And you know what? You can even add inflation riders to those, because that's another one of the longevity risk is inflation. So what if inflation takes off and, or just, our $100,000 that we need today, is not going to be worth $100,000 tomorrow. No, it's going to be worth a lot less. So we're going to have more. So we need to have inflation riders on our guaranteed income sources, and we can incorporate that into our plan. So we need to understand that is a very serious longevity risk is inflation. The next one, the longer we live, we're going to see an increase in taxes. Our Social Security is getting taxed. I think everybody knows that. They're surprised when it's taxed because we pay taxes all along the way to get the Social Security, but it gets taxed as well. And then the more money we make, we have to pay Medicare, and the Medicare costs increase the more we make. So
healthcare costs are going through the roof, and healthcare supplemental policies and all kinds of things like that. Yeah.
And that's the unknown. That's part of the unknown. Taxes today are the lowest they've been in 80 years. Is that going to be the same 2 years from now when the tax doomsday occurs on December 31st, 2025, when everything changes? Is it going to be the same? Are we going to, we're at the lowest brackets we've been in 80 years. We need to take advantage of these things. We need to start converting some of our assets now and do the Roth conversions. Get that money out of your IRA and do the Roth, because the Roth is tax-free and we get tax-free income. So those are things that moves we need to make. And the last longevity risk is the number one, the most serious, and that's called long-term care. We have no idea what long-term care is going to do to us. Is it going to be a little thing? Is it going to be a big thing? Is it going to be dementia? Is it going to be Alzheimer's? We know the longer we live, the risk increases that this is going to happen to us.
Probably the number one thing that we get when people call us is, oh my God, my spouse has just been diagnosed with Alzheimer's. How am I going to pay for his care, my husband's care? And I'm going to lose my house. I'm going to lose everything. And that, where there are ways in which you can plan now. So when those things happen,
if you can't do the planning while you're in a nursing home. Okay.
No.
So we have to do the prior planning now. Planning prevents poor performance. And so let's plan now. And one of there's some new types of long-term care insurance that's available today. We call it leveraged care solutions. I actually wrote a report on it. It's available on our website called Leveraged Care Solutions. And it talks about the new strategies that are available today that were not available even 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And so I outline what they are, and they're really actually pretty amazing options that you have, but you've got to get it before you are
Absolutely. So David, you have a whole library available to people and your newsletter. So we have about 1 minute left. I would love to, again, have you show people or tell all of us how we get your information.
Well, first of all, subscribe to our newsletter, Generational Wealth Strategies. It's a newsletter that's published by the same group, Salem, and
it's generationalwealthnewsletter.com.
That's how they get that.
Correct.
Okay. And they will get a discount. It's $77 a year to subscribe to this. It's normally $300, but
and how often do they receive that?
It's David? Once a month.
Once a month.
And I was telling you, I'm writing my column this month right now.
That's awesome.
for February. And I'm actually going to be talking about these longevity risks. So, and then they can get, our library, like you said, of information, personal library of information from going like the 10 most common estate planning mistakes and how to avoid them. They can get that in the Leveraged Care Solution Report. They can get all of that stuff on our website, which is epmez.com. And that stands for Estate Planning Made Easy.com.
And you can also go on Answers for Elders. We will make sure that when we post your video information and also on YouTube in the notes, we will definitely have those two ways in which we can get your information.
And if they want to look at what the new guaranteed income sources are, which right now they're the highest they've been, go to just give us a call.
Fabulous.
899-1102 and ask for Todd.
David, thank you so much for being on the show this week. We're definitely having you back soon.
Okay, I'm ready.
Time to get back to Suzanne and more Answers for Elders.
I would like to thank our guest, David Phillips from Estate Planning Specialist. Talk to us about the future, about downsizing, and about planning for the future. It's very important that we all look at 2024 as something that we can get a fresh start in, be prepared, better prepared for our long-term care. And until next week, be good to each other. We at Answers for Elders thank you for listening. Did you know that you can discover hundreds of podcasts in our library on senior care? So visit our website and discover our decision guides that will help you also navigate decision making. Find us at answersforelders.com.